fresh tampon tea. Yes. Just get a used tampon. Us vampires do it all the time. Ha ha. Japanuary. Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to Japanuary. So we're on our third week now, episode 3. And yes, I continue my Japanese horror reviews with The Forest. Yes, I know it's an American horror film that's supernatural, but it's set within Japan. It takes place, a huge chunk of the film takes place in Japan, primarily set in the Akaigahara Forest, or better known as the Suicide Forest, which is a real forest where people do go to unfortunately take their lives. And of course, there is that idiot, Logan Paul, who did go there and did a few weird and disrespectful things, but let's not talk about that now. So, this film, it's written by Ben Kaiti, Sarah Cromwell, and Nick Antasaka something, directed by Jason Zeder, and it stars Natalie Dorma, Taylor Kinney, and Yashoshi Azomwa, and Ian Macken. So a young woman is, in a desperate search to find her twin sister, and it brings her to, the ghost-filled wilderness that is known as the Suicide Forest, the Akihiro Forest in Japan. And of course, when she goes there, she goes looking for her twin, played by Natalie Dorma in a dual role, and she makes some startling, unnerving discoveries, whilst also, does she find her twin? Well, no, but one of them does make it out. So, what did I like about this film? Well, first of all, I think they did a good job on recreating the Suicide Forest. You see, this was not filmed in the actual Suicide Forest. I mean, why would you go there and make a movie? I mean, not to mention you need rangers' permission and stuff. It's just not worth the hassle. So I believe they went to a woodlands in Serbia or something, somewhere in Europe, where they recreated the forest and made it look like that. They even had signs put up there in Japanese, had Japanese extras and actors and stuff. So I gotta say, they did good on the location, making it look like the genuine forest, but it's not. I also thought this had good visual effects. This did come out in 2016 after all, so 10 years old now, or almost 10 years old, and this still looks quite unnerving. It didn't do so well with critics. I'm not fully sure of that. Let's just have a look on the wiki page. See how this film did financially. It was somewhat a moderate success, and did gross a lot of money. Reviews from critics. Yeah, it was a commercial success, and yes, they had good visual effects on the ghosts and the ghouls and the monsters and the setting, and some good performances, especially from Natalie Dorma. Now, it's always a good effort performance when an actor takes on a dual role as twins, because they've got to be in two places at once. Not to mention they've got to do the same scene more than once. But Natalie Dorma, she played Sarah and Jess Price. Sarah being the one looking for her twin Jess in this forest. And we all know Natalie Dorma. Around that time, she was fresh off Game of Thrones as Lady Marjorie. She has a few other acting credits to her name. She's a British actress after all, so I was familiar with her. Yeah, there was, like I say, a Japanese setting, but not a lot of Japanese talking. The film was primarily in English because it was, as I said, an American film, but set in Japan. So I will count that, or at least consider this as sort of J-horror, because, you know, it's like when Randall Ross, he reviews sometimes horror movies that, you know, fit into the theme of a decade, and sometimes they're not made in that decade but are set in it. It's kind of like that in many ways. So I thought, okay, sure, why not? But there was a lot of ghoulish stuff going on, some good practical effects, some good special digital effects as well, of course, and some unnerving moments. And yeah, I don't know if there have been many American films that are set around the Suicide Forest, but, you know, if they have them, they have them, and I need to look more into that. But this one reminded me of my days back in Japan when I was a samurai. I mean, I've been around now for nearly 510 years, as I keep saying. I'll be 510 in March. And I have been there a few times, and I have seen a lot of spirits. See, as a supernatural being that is undead, I can see the dead. I can see supernatural forces. Werewolves can as well, and witches, and humans of a certain variety, such as psychics or people that have had near-death experiences, sometimes may be able to see ghouls and ghosts, and I do see them. So when I'm in a haunted house, I'm not really that startled because I can see the ghosts doing their usual shit when trying to scare people. I've even guided a lot of them into the next life of their existence and helped some of them with their unfinished business. You know that some ghosts don't want to pass on, they want to be ghosts, like my sons. Yeah, I have two sons, well, had two sons a very long time ago when I was human. But yeah, The Forest, I thought was a good film. Dark, gothic, gloomy, and like I say, a good recreation of that forest for its location. So I will give The Forest, I think again I shall give this one 3.5 bloody katanas out of 5. 3.5 bloody katanas out of 5 for The Forest. So there you go. There is your review for this week. Or I'll give you something slightly different today. That a film that even you English people can watch without the hassle of reading subtitles. Anyway, yes, I best be going now. I better turn in for the day. It's getting late and I need my rest. Me and Yakuba were having a friend for dinner and we really can't wait to sink our teeth into him. That's the vampire life. So anyway, yes, I'll see you next week. So be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that. And until then, don't have nightmares.